Over the past century, monetary systems have typically undergone changes every 30 to 40 years. Prior to 1914, the global monetary framework was anchored in the classical gold standard. In 1944, the Bretton Woods Agreement established a new monetary system in which the US dollar became the global reserve currency, linked to gold at $35 per ounce. However, in 1971, President Nixon ended the dollar's direct convertibility to gold, marking the first time the monetary system operated without a gold backing. Today, with the existing monetary system surpassing 50 years, many believe the world is overdue for a transformation. For years, I've highlighted the ongoing efforts of various nations to dethrone the US dollar as the leading global reserve currency. While this process unfolds slowly and incrementally over decades, the invasion of Ukraine by Russia in February 2022 has significantly accelerated it. In response to the invasion, the US implemented an unprecedented sanctions regime, targeting Russian banks and freezing their dollar accounts, even those of the Central Bank of Russia actions, previously reserved for rogue states like Iran and North Korea. As a result, Russia, the world's 9th largest economy, found itself isolated from global payments and banking systems. Sanctions extended beyond finance to include bans on Russian exports and pressure on Western companies to exit the market. However, many countries, including India and China, chose not to participate in these sanctions, prioritizing their own economic relationships with Russia over US interests. This reluctance has led to increased trade between these nations and Russia, reducing their reliance on the US dollar as a medium of exchange. The more these countries engage with Russia, the less they need to use dollars, effectively undermining the dollar's dominance. I've long warned that the overuse of the dollar in financial warfare would push nations to seek alternatives. During a Pentagon briefing years ago, I predicted that the dollar could not be destroyed by external forces, but could be undermined by US policies themselves. Looking ahead, the upcoming BRICS Leaders Summit in Kazan, scheduled for October 22-24, will likely accelerate efforts to establish a viable alternative payment currency, especially with the expected announcement of new member countries. While the dollar's displacement won't happen overnight, the trend towards de-dollarization is becoming evident and is expected to gain momentum. Historically, the transition from the pound sterling to the US dollar took about 30 years, culminating at the Bretton Woods Conference in 1944, which merely recognized a long-standing process. Similarly, the dollar's decline as the world's leading reserve currency will likely unfold gradually at first, then suddenly accelerate, echoing Hemingway's notion of bankruptcy. Gradually and then suddenly. After 80 years under Bretton Woods and significant changes in monetary policy, the reign of King Dollar may be approaching its end, with no investor wise to dismiss the possibility of this shift happening sooner rather than later.